There we go.
It's the R5 Skarner. I had this accidentally leaked to me in the pre-game chat. I didn't believe it for a second, but it's here. It's Skarner. Okay, so we've got Tom on Thresh. Actually, I didn't know I've never seen him play the Shump before.
So, I like both teams' drafts. We've got a huge amount of CC actually on both sides. Realistically, you've got a lot to play with. I think this could be really quite scary 5v5s as we get later on in the game.
Yeah.
There we go.
The good luck's going around. Now, are either team going to attempt to go for anything, or is it just going to be a standard 5-point?
My stinger consists of metal matrix
It's a 5-stack.
thermoplastic polymers,
They aren't going to fall for it. They're going to stick to where they are and stay happy. They're going to go for a late invade. And the flash hook comes in from Outlaw. And Eris tries to flash away. He's going to have to use that hook onto the wall as well. Just about getting away with his life there. I'm going to turn this off quickly.
Oh.
Do you have no sound, no?
I have no sound from Discord stream. Trying to work out.
Okay, it wouldn't be UNL with the technical difficulties anyway. It would not be UNL.
All good. Lovely.
But it's the Cull start for Tristana here. Sivir, maybe a ballsy move going to Cull in this lane.
I don't mind that. I think Sivir, for Sivir, you need to get to that static shiv as soon as possible. You need to get to kind of onto your second item as quickly as possible to be a champion. Getting Cull, just that extra little bit of gold, it's so valuable. Realistically, Duke Jamming getting a tiny bit of poke damage onto Davis's Tristana there. Oh, and lovely little hook there onto the Nort again. Okay.
Davis gonna get level 2 here first.
Oh, Davis going straight.
Big trade. Duke Jamming already sitting low.
Decent fight back though.
And another hook landed from Momo.
Who is he?
Davis falling very low in this mid lane. Really well played here from Duke Jamming. I didn't think Orianna would have the potential to return the damage, but she's holding up just fine.
I mean, a QW plus a few consecutive autos that ramp up. It is, it is a fair amount of damage to a champion with relatively low base stats initially, I think.
Yeah.
And we already see the teleport coming straight back from Davis, so did need to back straight away.
Yeah. Enix already struggling a little bit in the top lane. It's a big wave stacked up. There's a little bit of CS behind.
Ooh, we see Chop the farmer waiting. He flashes!
He's gonna flash it back, and Duke of Jamming is most definitely going to fall. And it's a first blood for Davis on the Tristana.
There we go, fantastically
To hell
played.
with trading, my jungler is here to help me.
And yeah, really well done to survive as well.
It's a big trade here from Enix. Might look for more.
Yeah.
Full quite under his tower here a little bit.
I mean, he is a Garen in a way. He doesn't mind that at all. Like, thinking about that, he's got a potion ticking. He's got a Dawn shield.
I mean,
He'll happily collect this on the turret. Yeah. Are we going to see anything? Oh, Momo never looked there. We do have the Skarner coming in as well. Gardevoir, I think he'll be able to get the stun.
Has no flash still. He's going to get slayed back. The first kill is going to go to Granny Spanner. They're going to leave it for him.
There we go.
Stellaron hit back.
The crabbed claws coming out.
I was going to say this in Champs League actually. The tier on Ori, I really like it this game.
Yeah.
I think anything you can do to survive this Kai'Sa Nautilus Tristana burst is really important.
Right. I mean, Enix, I think, is still getting some fantastic trades in top, slightly behind on the CS, but not too bad. As we see Dabis go in on Jigger Jamming again, but only gets a few autos off. That probably won't do too much in the long run. Right, so
First dragon up. I think they have bio pro in both mid and bot, but I'm not sure if they want to go for it quite clearly.
So with just over 5 minutes gone, it's still very, very, very close. Gold-wise, obviously the first blood pretty much counteracted now with that kill in the bot lane as well. CS leads exactly even in the mid lane and relatively close throughout, apart maybe from the top lane there. And jungle for the crabs for God of War, getting a little bit of an extra lead there. And that's what you want a Skarner, obviously being a champion that doesn't really exist until you get his Stinger online at level 6.
He's gonna go for, I think that's probably the Triforce build.
Yes, surely. Right.
I remember the champ was, he was doing okay for a little bit around the time Turbo Contact was really strong.
Ooh, God of War coming up there for Deja Vu. He does have ultimate though as well, so this could turn out to be a bit of a...
Ben comes in into bidding and completely flashes over the shockwave! Amazing flash from Dabis. And
there we go.
Great 300 gold on top of him.
Ooh, God of War could be in trouble here. I think he'll be safe.
Somehow both of them managed to get out of that unhurt.
So this is a Tristana with Cull halfway stacked, 2 kills already as well. You were saying before that this Orianna could struggle, and even though keeping up the CS, 2 kills down is a really rough situation already.
I don't need those kills necessarily in the matchup there. It's been a couple of rough, like, the PvP obviously, just now, and then the gang from a little bit earlier. Definitely feels pretty bad for her in this game.
There we go.
While Phil looking to trade back into this Cassante is still staying a little bit ahead in CS.
So we see bot lane fully backing as well on big side. Shot the Farmer coming in. Is he going to be able to reach Enix? Flash just in case. I think that was maybe worth it. But we do see Stellaron coming back for the Dragon. They see the Maokai top side. So straight away on that, first Dragon goes their way.
Yeah, I think this Garen's stacking up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Eric's is here. All 3 of them working software when you look at this Herald. The chop on the inbed and the very dead through.
You never know, Dabis is there though.
Dabis is here, he picks up that kill. They're both going to have to flash over this wall. And a fight that originally looked quite good for Stellaron has turned bad. Dabis is making a statement in his team's first game of the season.
The Dabster is he's a scary one now. Like, I mean, that's 3 kills on a champion who is only ever really gets better as the game goes on, gets higher attack range, which is such a big stat. But I don't think he wants that.
Not even close to landing. We
the lolly
Nautilus.
I felt the full force of the lollipopping last game, and
that was so bad. Oh my god, that was even close.
The Naught hook does seem to be even more egregious than normal this season. I don't know what's happened to it, but
of course he played against the Nautilus last game.
Yeah, I got hooked by a few things that did not hit me, but it happens. Deja Full, I mean, he's going to go down here. Shot the Farmer gonna try and make something of it, but just ends up walking back over the wall instead. So, in a little bit of a downtime now, it just seems whatever Stellaron are doing and trying to make picks happen, they're ending up seeing a Dabis in their face and really struggling to get any sort of plays going, really, when this Tristana is just absolutely destroying them right now. We are seeing Chop the Farmer trying to just take a little bit of that wave, keeping it for the Garen as well. But I think Enix will be pretty happy. He's nullified most of that early pressure that was on him, and will be relatively close on the CS scales as well.
Yeah. To get Chop the Farmer as well. Going a bit of an unsung hero this game. I think Kaisa, you know, she's staying in this game. The spot lane it's relatively even with the that kill did go over to Sivir already, but it really feels like they're kind of scraping for advantages all over the map. And the jungle CS lead is the gold that's kind of keeping it close to being even. But Dabis, oh my god, that is some unbelievable damage.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that fed, the Orianna cannot. When you're that behind, the Orianna cannot be stepping up at all. The W range is quite large for Tristana, and as soon as she can get on top of you, it's so difficult to run away or do anything really.
Yeah, there's a big trade for just not doing damage to this Cassante. Then TB's back in to pick up that wave, and Dabis is Dabis is just getting stronger and stronger. Chop gets caught out by this hook, and I think let's have to use our flash to get away. And Dabis gets hooked back. The Stinger is there, and the Orianna is going to pick up that shutdown, and it's 2 kills for Stellaron, and they find themselves right back in it out of nowhere.
That impale was impeccable. I mean, that is so unlucky, really, for Dabis.
Yeah, that was really great.
And in that position, obviously you're just trying to W out, but you can't escape that.
Yeah, like I said, it's just there's so much pick. Like even if you see it coming from a mile away, it's still really difficult to deal with it.
Yeah. And these have been some fantastic hooks again.
Tom is not missing. I've never seen him play Thresh before. He's actually not missing ever.
Yeah, and those have been really pivotal. I mean, that hook just got a huge shutdown. But as I say,
his own for now, and I think this Thresh is most definitely dead. That's the first kill on the board for the kill Vanilla. And Digger jamming steps literally 3 Teemos too far into River, and he's going to fall. That was a 6-1 Tristana now. And you know what the worst part is? It doesn't even feel like many of these stats have been misplaying really badly. It's just the way this comp is being played. It's just the Maokai into the Nautilus. You can't escape it. You have no mobility.
I mean, unfortunately as well, it is... If you are an immobile mage against a Nautilus, against a Maokai, against anything like that, you cannot step up now. I mean, that was a flash ult by the Nautilus. I know that that's a long way, but you just have to be that careful now. Otherwise, you're just another couple of 100 gold for the Tristana.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Ooh, Enix not quite able to stop the back, but
he's gonna
I don't think it really matters.
The gold lead now, just 600 in Big's favor. After a 2k gold lead earlier, obviously that Tristana shutdown stacked up. Has finished the cull now as well. Yeah. And both bot lane is moving on to their first items. We're going for static shiv.
Yeah.
Mythic's gonna start being picked up around the board, across the board now. I do worry though about Big potentially not having enough magic damage into this Cassante. I think depending on the Kai'Sa's build.
See, I think it could even be a Nash's Tooth. second item on the
Yeah.
Kai'Sa. That
Yeah,
is
I can see it.
a genuine build, and it
Oh, yeah,
does
yeah.
it does sort out all of those sort of troubles.
I have
with
too many
the-
friends that are Kai'Sa players. I know all of the builds now.
Yeah.
And you got an impressive Kai'Sa yourself, don't you?
Well, we'll see.
Kai'Sa
Yeah,
support next some point in this season.
can't be worse than my Lux.
Oh no. Anyway, we continue on.
Yeah. Yeah, so static shivs across the board for both ADCs. It's not like it's a very strong item at the moment, and yeah, no
Yeah, it's
real surprise
completely
there.
balanced and is normal that every ADC in the game is rushing it. The first
Yeah.
hook I've seen missed this game from Connor, but
Yeah.
Iris, I think, probably going to be impaled here. No, they're just going to let him go.
Yeah.
But this is a big 4-man, excuse me, going for this Herald. The hook isn't going to land again. But they don't want to give this up for free. Iris looking for plays here. Doesn't want to
We're
step
seeing
up too far.
Kai'Sa. Yeah, we're seeing Kai'Sa get a decent amount of damage on that turret.
Yeah,
Bot
I mean,
lane.
if you're sending 3 mid, if you're sending like 1 mid, 3 into topside river and 1 top lane, then this Kai'Sa is gonna feed for free. Have to get that Orianna down there to answer it. The Scuttle picked up by Gardevoir. I've never seen him play Skarner before, but he's having a good game on it. For sure. Everyone's playing quite well. Ben is the only one that seems to be struggling a little bit, but even those stats, like I said, felt like difficult to avoid to some extent, you know. But
Oh, Enix could be in trouble.
he's gonna continue taking this full trade. Chop just can't get into the range of that W. But he's going to be followed up there by 3 members of Stellaron. Gonna start this Herald now. Dabas is gonna jump out of this brush. The shockwave comes out. That is a huge challenge, but it's not enough. The Buster Shot finishes off Ben for the 5th time. And Chop's going to go in here. This is a really, really big fight for B. Gardevoir is the first victim. Eris is going to keep going here. The all-out use onto Pillar on the back line. He's really struggling with this Cassandra, and Enix so close to finish off this kill, and the flash fails over the wall. But his team is getting completely
Dabas is here now.
Dabas has TP'd in, the flash in as well. Outlaw has to jump over this wall with the blast code. Enix is sitting there with all out. He's going to dash out of the flash hook from Eris. But Fool is there. The slow comes in. It might be enough for the Gyarados to come out. Just one more auto attack. It's not going to be enough. Enix flashes on the tower. And he's going to get Thresh Lanterned away. And wow, a lot of things happening in that fight. Kai'Sa struggling with the Cassandra on the backline. But while this Cassandra was doing that, his entire team was just getting completely annihilated by this Tristana. Another 3 kills, or 2 kills this season for Dabas.
Yeah, and it's what I had said before the game started. I think the first major team fight will really swing the game. And although I know Big were already ahead, I mean that's a huge amount of gold that they. So that's I think alone that team fight was about 2,000 gold. They were both teams were almost exactly even before that fight, and then there's a 2k gold lead. Most of that obviously being on the Tristana. But
all 4 of them spotted out with that vision plan. Yeah, it's really crazy. If you have a look at the gold, if you have a look at the actual like, in-game gold differences, you can see you know the Trist sitting on 10k gold at 18 minutes. The Thresh hook going just wide. But the Nautilus hook is landing.
see a TP from Orianna as well. Oh, another TP. Was that Garen as well? Yeah, this is a big 5v5. Is anything going to happen?
But I believe it's a Drake coming. Garen getting caught out in the back of this fight. Impale's not going to be used. The Twisted Advance is going to come in. It's a big Nautilus as well. And he's going to go in, he's going to get immediately blown up, completely overestimating how tanky he is. The moment that he's going to fall, right at the start of this fight, the all-out comes in as well. Enix causing absolute havoc on the backline. Dabas knocks him over the wall with a Buster Shot, and Dookie Challenge falls to Chop the Farmer. Now down to a 3v2.
but Davis is still there. I
Davis
think
is
it's
still
very risky for this dragon to be taken.
Down, and it's going to run mid, and they have nobody mid to answer that.
Yeah, they've just got to give that up. They're going to take a turret. I think that's fair enough. Take a turret, at least get something for a fight that ultimately didn't go their way. And it's interesting to think, realistically, that looked like a very good fight for us. I hate their name, the Crab team. Initially,
Stellaron.
yeah,
Be Invictus.
being able to get onto that Garen straight away, and that really just meant without the front line there, Davis couldn't really get onto anyone and just kind of one shot. And the Orianna escaped on a slither of health for a lot of that fight as well. But yeah, bit of an awkward fight. Obviously, does mean they get a little bit back into the game, as now Baron is up and likely to get as much vision control as they can.
Yeah, and if we get a chance to look at it all the time, you can see a 3.5k gold difference in mid. It's even in jungle. It's even in top. It's about 1k behind in ADC, but it's not enough to make up for this this difference in gold in the mid lane. Shout out to Eris with Futures Market, by the way, on the Nautilus.
Respect it.
I respect it. He's got to hit those spikes. He's got to hit those spikes.
So it's still relatively even, you know, for 20 minutes down, still only 2k in it, realistically, 1.9 currently. It's very much all to play for, but, and it is a big but.
This Triss has to die. They can't win without killing the Triss, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my thought would actually be, as a Tristana, paying the tax and getting a QSS potentially could be a, you know, Davis doesn't have cleanse, he's got TP, so is it worth spending that that tax money and getting the QSS as soon as possible if you are so much of the team's damage currently? Okay, and you know, we're seeing both teams starting to creep up towards that 200 CS on the ADCs. There's a lot of gold on the table now, like we were saying earlier, is it going to be the Nash's Tooth build? Yes, it is. So we have the AP there for Big now.
Yeah.
They've already got a lot of ability to chunk tanks with the Tristana, with the Execute as well of Demacian Justice, as we see potentially looking for the Garen and set up into Baron potentially.
Oh, he's been baited. He has been baited. He's going to try and flash away, but it's not going to be enough. The Pale and all of the CC layered on top of each other. That is a very dead Garen. And Full goes down right before this Baron spawns. Well, about 3 minutes after this Baron spawns, actually, excuse me. But,
I mean, without a top laner, that is.
Yeah. They're just going to take this tower. Towers on both top and bottom. Stellaron, a really good pick for them. Like I said, it's exactly how they need to be playing these fights. And Eris is almost going to face check. The Duke of Jamming has to burn Flash. That's really, really bad for him.
We're seeing Enix push up again still, so that's a lot of... I mean, that was a half a turret gone plus another, you know, little chunk.
Enix is having a really good game on his Cassante. So it's a really intensive champ to try and play. He's causing so many problems on this backline for being Invictus. It's one thing I've noticed actually over the course of most of the games this weekend is that everyone is playing decently well. If that makes any sense, like there are there's been one or two, but like there's, you know, a lot of the time it feels like no one's really griefing.
You really didn't need to at me like this.
Come
on, mate.
No,
come on, mate. Come on, mate.
Did you play yesterday?
Yeah, and didn't play particularly well either.
You know, it's fine. You'll play it all next week. It's okay. It's okay. But I mean, you're playing.
Getting added by my co-commentator. Let's go.
I actually honestly didn't
As
mean
a
anything by
fight
that.
breaks out,
We'll talk about this later. Yeah, Garen looking to try and find a way in, but he just can't get on top of anyone. Just dancing around each other for the moment. These two teams, all 5 members here for this Drake fight. And Malco is going to come in. What? I don't know what happened there. But the hook anyway is going to go down with the chop the farmer, and it's a big engage. So many health bars falling. Davis manages to get out on the back line. The Kill of Vanilla is all the way inside behind enemy lines. Davis is still alive, uses the buster shot to get Enix away, and eventually the Kill of Vanilla is going to fall. But at the cost of his entire team completely stomping this fight. Davis having the game of his career on this Tristana. Somehow managed to live through the onslaught of Stellaron. And it's a Drake. Second Drake on the board now, 2 Drakes each. And the game has been blown wide open. They're going to run straight towards this Baron.
yeah.
And
I really.
what I said was honestly in no regard to you at all. I said this in the game earlier before ours as well. But yeah, it happens. You know, you're playing Lux into 2 assassins. It's not easy. It's similar to Ben this game. Like Ben doesn't even feel like he's playing bad.
Yeah, we're gonna see a teleport in, so this could be a
teleports to contest this. It's been taken, but Davis has been caught, and it's a full engagement from Momo. Davis, a huge shockwave from Benjamin. Huge. And Davis finally, in the end, is going to fall. And it's 2 kills. I think maybe 3 kills for Granny Spanner.
The mad
Momo
life. The most mad life play I've seen in my life.
Momo Deviluk and Duke of Jamming combining for an explosive team fight that they've needed for a really long time in this game.
So, Baron was taken, and it's now only on the Kaiser. It's only on Kill of Vanilla now, I believe. Which is, I mean, wow, I mean, potentially you could say that was an overstay to try and take the Baron as well. And it did prove that, as we see, potentially.
Enix is just going to dive straight inside their base. That dash range is ridiculous. I honestly did not know that existed. Oh, but Deja Full is here. The Impale's going to come in. He's not going to die quick enough. That's a very tanky Garen. But the Shockwave is back up now. Eris and Deja Full both on 1 HP. He's going to look for the last hit on Eris. The Airy, not enough to finish him off.
I mean,
I'm so sorry, my voice is going.
It's counter TP after like counter engage after TP. It's fantastic. It's just non-stop.
Oh, it's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, there has been no stop from that that dragon fight all the way to the Baron fight, like the full push top, and then the Garen TP to the backline there as well. That was a solid 3 minutes of just continuous fighting and push. It was fantastic. As we let that all kind of shake out, the next objective isn't for a little while, so I think both teams will be looking to just try and get some picks and get the lanes pushed out best they can. Ooh, and in terms of gold, incredibly even again. You know, 15, 14 kills.
The game's been really good today. Yeah, we had this in game 1 too.
Yeah, and it's almost even. 2 dragons apiece.
500 gold difference.
Yeah.
At 29 minutes. Wow. This really could go anyway. Like Davis and Granny Spanner are both having it. Enix is having an incredible game. Like Momo Deviluk 2. There's a lot of standout performances here. I have to say, like I said earlier, I've never seen Tom really play any supports before. He's really impressed with this game.
Is this Garen getting caught out?
Has been impaled, and Fool has been caught. The flash. You can flash, you can use everything. You are going to get out, in fact. Twisted Onslaught is going to come in. Gonna hit 2 targets.
Oriana
And
isn't here.
someone, they need their pound of flesh. It's gonna be Enix. Someone had to die there. I think it's better to get everyone else out.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunate as Oriana wasn't there. I don't think she had TP. Good Thresh Lance
Nautilus
though.
is going to come in as well, but going to accomplish absolutely nothing. The Thresh Hook. They might look for something. You can see the things they want to look.
I mean, we're not
Big
too
are
far
going to get out
away.
of their lives.
Yeah, we're not too far away from the next dragon, and this will put whichever team ends up taking it onto Soul Point. So it's a really big dragon to take as we see teams colliding again.
Chop's going to get caught with that hook, but I don't think there's anyone on the team you want to be hooking less than Chop. But the TP is going to come straight in, and Enix.
That's ballsy.
Enix.
What would
He's
Enix
going to
do?
get out. He's going to get out in the end. It's Eris that's going to be caught.
It's a successful What Would Enix Do? Let's go.
Oh no.
Love it. And
I'm
that's
s-
potentially dragon.
You know what? He is just playing his own game. It's fine. He knows what he's doing. He's a complete psychopath, and it works. So no one's able to say anything about it.
We're just living in
A
Enix's world,
TP that I
honestly.
would have looked at and said, "No way." He's made it work. So, you know what? Fair play. I think it's very, very, very good for the rest of Stellaron to back that up as well. I think I wouldn't have shamed a call that said to just leave it, to be honest.
But they put respect on Enix's name and it worked out.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I said,
they went all out on him.
I've said this 3 or 4 times this game. Enix has been phenomenal. He's been so good, especially on a champion. Like I said, but like, you know, it's not one of these weak side tanks. It's not one of the ones that you just lock in and you're fine. Like you have to play Cassandre.
You've got to go all out on him, yeah.
That was continuing on.
Oh dear.
Not much
I'm
fighting
just-
potentially for the next until maybe when this Baron is up. There's Soul Point as well. Stellaron's sitting on it. Big can't afford to lose any more Drakes.
Yeah. So I'm really liking the Sivir having gone the LDR relatively early as well. When you've
Yeah.
got 3 tanks to try and get through,
Yeah.
you definitely need it. And that's going to be, I think, absolutely key in these next fights, potentially.
So on Thresh
we
Hook
see,
is
obviously,
something
Baron up.
unbelievable ability. You can see
So,
Jimmy
I
jamming.
mean,
He's learned his lesson. He's got the Seraphs and the Zonia's Chop. Finds himself in a little bit of a spot of bother. Gardevoir holding off on the Impale for now. Killzilla takes about half his HP to that pizza slice. He's not even using that skin, but I don't know what it's called. Stellaron looking towards his Baron.
from the Chalikar, I think is the weapon name. I can't remember if it's that.
Garen's gonna
Another
get
hook
hooked
lands.
here. He's gonna get pulled back. The Nautilus is gonna come in. The Baron is completely reset. Davis is free hitting on the right side of this fight. Dives in for killability. He's getting towards that backline. The Zonius comes out for Duke to keep him alive, and Garen is the first to fall, courtesy of Granny Spanner. Big shockwave right in the middle of this fight. Davis is still alive. Buster shot the scanner away. Davis is here on his own. He has to flash away. Enix, he's gonna get away from that jump reset. Duke is gonna fall. But 3 members of Stellaron are going to survive. It's not going to be enough to do the Baron, and the Drake isn't up yet. But it's 5 kills. 5 more kills for Stellaron.
I have to admit, that just seemed like such... It was a relatively poor positioning overall from the side of Big. Killivan, as you said, had been chunked halfway anyway within that fight, so it's starting from a really bad position. I think he was able to get away from the Cassante initially with Killer Instinct, but unfortunately, when you've got a tank that has as many dashes as most assassins, there isn't much you can really do about that. And once you've the Tristana, although on the side of the fight free hitting, was only free hitting the tanks and wasn't really in a position to be able to get onto the squishies. And so because of that, it was Tristana on the fight, on the edge of the fight, doing nothing, meaning Stellaron were just there thinking, yeah, we'll take all the rest of the kills and then clean you up after. So obviously Baron still up, was not taken on that. Are we going to see a potential engage from Eris? No.
Ooh. That sentence almost lands.
Yeah, that could have
Warm
spelled
hand in
death.
the river here for Stellaron. Sending their last member top to deal with this Garen. Two QSSs now for the two carries of the Invictus. And Eris is caught here, and he's gonna be impaled, and he's going to be killed. That is a big pick. This dragon is up in 25 seconds, and there will be no engage for it. Or no Nautilus Ray, excuse me. You still have that Magpie ult available.
So they are as 5, obviously the TP used by the Cassante by Enix, so the Garen is probably...
He's just going to continue. They might just sack the soul.
I mean, there is a TP still from Deja Vu. He still does have TP, so if he does really want to get it, but he's not going to be able to get that turret. Good use of that... yeah, good use of the ultimate there, just to stop him from getting that. And actually, he might be in a bit of trouble. He's not going to be able to get on. As
apply the damage enough to kill his Orianna. And Davis has gone up to follow. They're just going to tank the fight. Oh, they've already taken Soul, excuse me. I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
Soul is gone. Gardevoir is here, and that is a very fast Skarner. Oh my god, the Impale as well. The Buster Shot's not going to be enough, and Davis has fallen.
Look how fast he is! That is Cloud.
I think this game looks like it could be a little bit over.
So, just to put that in perspective as well, obviously with Cloud Soul, it's massively increased movement speed once you've pressed your ultimate ability.
That's so to be fair, look at the champs that have that in this game, like Cassante, Orianna, and Sivir. That is so good for them.
Like, think about, I think I said like at the very start of the game, but imagine a Sivir ulted, Orianna speed boosted, Cassante and Skarner coming at the Tristana and Kai'Sa. Now we can add on top of that the Cloud Soul out of combat movement speed buff, along with that huge movement speed buff on ult as well. That's going to mean the Skarner is able to reposition the carries pretty much onto the entire opposite side of the team fight now, whenever he's able to use the ult. And we still haven't paid the tax. There is not the tax like on the Tristana. We see Kai'Sa, Matty has learned, he has paid the QSS tax, but it's still not there on the Tristana, which I think is a huge mistake.
This mid tower gonna fall victim to that Baroned up super minion, or cannon minion, excuse me. Inhib's gonna fall.
Oh, he does have mercs. My bad. I was searching for QSS, but
he's already
got it.
Eris flashed in just to straight away hook onto Duke of Jamming, and Cassante is the first to fall. But the Sivir is just too strong, and Stellaron are too far ahead, and that is without a doubt the end of this game. Gardevoir stole that penta from Granny Spanner. And after a loss in the first day, CNCR Stellaron are right back into UNL, and it's an unfortunate start for the Invictus.